Hi everyone, and it's time for this week's Real Consumer Question from a Real Consumer. Joan writes, Dale, can a funeral home charge sales tax for a casket and vault that goes into the ground? I realize that tax is due at the point of sale, but I thought I read somewhere that a consumer was exempt from tax for anything going into the ground. I think the item is being double taxed. Thank you. Well, I'll tell you, I've never been asked this question, but it certainly is good to know if a funeral home is charging you the correct amount. And funerals are expensive, costing an average of around $8,000. But the first thing you need to know is this disclaimer: I'm not a certified tax expert, so please consult one for further guidance and clarification. But here's what I understand. Joan, your concern about double taxation is notable. In California, the embalming fluid that goes inside a body which ends up in a coffin is tax-free because the consumer of the embalming fluid is the embalmer, not the deceased. Otherwise, it would be double taxation. It is interesting the way regulations are written, as they are often related to how successful lobbyists are in helping form the rules and the laws in each state. Why there are tax exemptions for certain items and not for others doesn't always seem to make sense. On the federal level, note that the IRS does not allow individuals to deduct funeral expenses, but an estate might be able to do so for certain items. So, an estate must be paying for the funeral, not a person. Every state seems to have different regulations about what items are taxed related to funerals. For instance, in one state, the caskets are taxed, but not the headstone. In Ohio, items such as flowers or an urn are taxable, but services such as cremation are not. It's complicated. And to answer your question about not taxing things that go into the ground, generally, you do have to pay taxes on most of the tangible items at a funeral. But there is advice for you saving money at a funeral. Shop around. It's okay for you to compare prices at different funeral homes. Cremation, if it's an option you're okay with, is usually cheaper. Green funerals, when you don't embalm a body, saves money too and is better for the environment. And some cemeteries don't even require a casket. And finally, BYOC, bring your own casket. Funeral homes must allow you to bring your own, usually a cheaper casket which can be purchased online. Thank you so much for the question.